Hey, what's up? This your boy Big Man. You already know what it is, man. So let's get right to it. Okay, man. So let's talk about Lil Durk today, man. So Lil Durk recently posted a picture of him, Fredo Bang, and NLE Chopper, and what looked like, I thought it was Zoe Dollars as well, but I don't think that's Zoe Dollars. But they all were throwing up the V's for V-Roy, man. They were all showing love to King Von, but it brings up a big question, man. What is up in hip hop right now with a lot of these superstars building these alliances against their quote unquote ops who are also music superstars? I mean, I don't think this has ever been as big a thing since the East Coast West Coast beef. And man, I hate to go back to an old Meek Mill tweet because that usually never ends up well for Meek Mill. But man, about a month ago, almost 2 months ago, Meek Mill put out a tweet that kind of set the stage for everything that's going on right now. Now, before we get into the specifics and delve a little bit deeper, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And man, let's get it. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, man. So about 2 months ago now, Meek Mill posted this tweet right here. And he basically said this. He said, pretty soon everybody gonna have to pick a side. Too much real stuff going on to be cool with everybody. Now, when he posted that, it got a lot of likes and a lot of retweets. But man, people didn't think about the fact that this had some deep implications on the rap game as we know it. Right now, hip hop is at a divide, man. You have a situation where ever since the untimely death of King Von and the untimely death of Mo3, there's been splits. People have actually had to pick sides on who they're going to align with, be cool with, and who they're going to be seen publicly with. Now, Lil Durk has been very wise about choosing his alliances. He's been very smart about picking who he aligns with and who he's messing with. He got a lot of news because he got with Fredo Bang and hit the stage, man, at a concert in Miami. Now, a lot of people know that Fredo Bang also frequents Miami. He's got a crib there, I believe. But everybody knows that Fredo Bang he's got to be NBA Youngboy's number one op. There was no other way for me to put it, man. He's NBA Youngboy's number one op. They've argued publicly on social media before and taken shots at each other. TBG and NBA 4K Trey, or what you want to call it, they will never be cool, man. It's never going to be anything cool like that, no matter what Fredo Bang has said. Because we've seen evidence since everything's come to light of that. We've seen people from Fredo Bang's camp who've been going back and forth with people from NBA Youngboy's camp. And they're still dissing each other on the sneak right now. This is to include folks who are even in Boosie's camp. So, man, it's crazy. But Lil Durk has chosen to align himself with Fredo Bang. And Fredo Bang has chosen to align himself with Lil Durk. And it looks like there's a TBG OTF alliance. So that's cool, right? No problem there. You see Fredo Bang going out to Chicago, jumping into videos. You see him, Pooh Shiesty, and Lil Durk taking pictures and photo ops. But man, it's starting to extend to other people, man. It's starting to break off into other areas of hip hop. Because recently you had them all do a video shoot down in Florida, I believe, where they also had Hot Boy there. They had Lil Durk. And because I think 100K Management actually manages Hot Boy, you can see that, there's an alliance there already. Now, 100K Management also managed King Von. So you see that 100K Management and most of the artists, man, YMW Melly, he's on Durk's latest album. You see those relationships and you see where, man, the lines are being split. Now, for Fredo Bang, him and Lil Durk, it seems like that's a wise choice because he never was going to be able to, he never was really going to mess with NBA Youngboy and them in the first place. And Lil Durk is having an amazing year in hip hop. He doesn't even have to worry about ever having to collab with NBA Youngboy or anybody out of 4K Trey. Lil Durk's going to be all right. He's already becoming a household name, having a huge song with Drake and Grammy and stuff like that. But what about those folks who aren't as big? What about those cats who are kind of getting left out there who really have talent? One of them specifically I could think about when I seen this clip was JHE Ruga. Now, Ruga is FBG Duck's cousin, excuse me. And FBG Duck and Ruga, man, they were the two most prominent artists on their side of the battle for Chicago when it comes to the rap industry. Now, Chicago, rap-wise, is split into two parts. And one of those two parts has consistently dominated the mainstream aspect of hip-hop since about 2012. And that being the Lil Durk, Chief Keef side of the game. And you know that FBG Duck and Ruger are on the other side. Now, FBG Duck, you know, we lost him this past year like a lot of other rap legends. And, man, Ruger is here to hold that torch, man, and carry on for his side. But, man, it seems like he's been seeing some obstacles in the game. So let's look at this clip that Ruger dropped on social media where he was basically venting about the fact that people have been blackballing his side out the game for a while and the extent that they've gone to. Now, he talks about the late, great King Von, but, man, it's just so we can get an understanding of how deep this thing goes.
What you mean? You feel me? I'm on the phone with this man. He say, I had a podcast. I was supposed to have Von on the show before he died or whatever it is. He said they wanted him to sign a contract stating that he can't work with the opposition. He said that was in the contract. He can't work with the opposition, literally. Like he had to sign that and say he couldn't work with us. Ever. So if he do, he gets sued.
Now, as you heard in that clip, Ruger basically said that King Von's management or whoever allegedly had contracts out there saying that, hey, if you want to interview any of us, you cannot work with our opposition. And I'm wondering, do those contracts still exist? Are they still going to be using those contracts out there in the industry now that their alliances and their ops are beginning to grow? Because King Von and Lil Durk, they run hand in hand, man. That's his homeboy. They caught a case together. That's his dog. He put him in the game and everything. OTF, O Block, all that, right? So I'm sure that King Von didn't get that from just out of nowhere. He probably got that from Lil Durk. And it makes you wonder how long this has been going on. Because FBG Duck was consistently saying he was being blackballed, but nobody was ever listening to that because they're like, oh, it's the music game. You can get in how you want. But if you can't get on any blogs, if you can't get on any podcasts, if you can't get on any playlists, if you can't get on any radio shows, no radio show playlisting, no radio shows, no podcasts, no blogs, nobody's talking about you, you don't have a career. It's that simple. So, man, it's starting to make sense. And I'm wondering, are they going to start to use these powers against other people in the game? Now, I said powers, not like they, Thanos or something, but I mean, literally, like this is an ability that people in the game have that other people don't. So I'm thinking that with these alliances that continue to grow, will you start seeing more artists blackballed out of the game if they pair up or align with artists that have problems with, cats who have that ability early on? It makes for an interesting spectrum in the hip-hop game, man. So I'm wondering, man, if this has already happened, and is that what Meek Mill was really getting at in that original tweet? Now, with that, hold up. What do you guys think, man? Do you think there always been blackballing going on in hip-hop, and maybe Lil Durk and them just picked that up allegedly and started doing it? Or is this just a rare occurrence where it seems like an artist was being blackballed, but he wasn't, and individual artists and groups of artists really don't have that power? Now, with that, this has been your boy Big Man. Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. And make sure you hit that notification bell so you get a notification every time I drop this hot content. And we out of here. Peace.